It is impossible to keep straight, to understand, to fathom, to digest, to conceive of the utter and unmitigated stupidity, abject, organic, malignant stupidity of Erika Kirk and TPUSA. You can't put into words what I'm seeing. And if I were to imagine there was a crime called stupidity, and you could prosecute Erika and these other geniuses for what they would do, what would that look like? What would I, as a former prosecutor, do? How would I go about doing that? I'm going to start by saying, ladies and gentlemen, may it please the court, imagine for a moment that we are not in the realm of public opinion or social media skirmishes, but in a courtroom of public accountability, where facts are exhibits and associations are evidence, and willful blindness is not a defense but an aggravating factor to guilt, to culpability. The defendant, Erika Kirk and TPUSA, but Erika Kirk for the most part, because there was no more TPUSA. Let's face it, that's going to go the way of the Edsel and New Coke and the Pacer. But the defendant, Erika Kirk, is not an individual in shackles, but part of an organization and its leadership. Turning Point USA under Erika Kirk, the self-proclaimed, self-imposed, self-appointed successor to her late husband, the martyred and the assassinated Charlie Kirk, and his legacy. And the charge, reckless endangerment of that very legacy through a pattern of profoundly stupid, hypocritical, mindless, and morally bankrupt decisions that scream negligence at best, and something far darker at worst. Exhibit A, the Make Heaven Crowded Tour, launched January 21st at Harvest Christian Fellowship in Riverside, California. No less, with Pastor Greg Laurie as a headline speaker alongside Erika herself. This is not a minor booking error. This is a deliberate, high-profile partnership with a megachurch and its founder, currently named in a swelling wave of federal lawsuits alleging decades of, I'm going to say this nicely, negligence, failure to supervise, continued financial support despite red flags, and complicity in an environment where children at a Romanian orphanage, funded and overseen in part by Harvest, suffered systematic mistreatment, harm, and exploitation, allegedly, from the late 1990s through 2008. 12 plaintiffs have already come forward as of early 2026, including 7 women among 10 new filers in January alone, with attorneys projecting up to perhaps 23 or more. And the former Harvest-affiliated pastor, Paul Havsgard, stands accused in these civil actions of grave wrongdoing, and I'm sanitizing this. The church and Laurie are accused of, inter alia, enabling it through oversight, failures under laws like the Trafficking Victims Protection Act and others. And Laurie and Harvest deny wrongdoing, insisting it's isolated to one man, but they do not deny the funding flowed, the warnings were ignored, or that the man returned stateside with children to raise more money. And yet Erika Kirk chose this exact moment amid fresh filings and mounting headlines from credible outlets like Ministry Watch and Christian Post and NBC and others to platform Laurie as a beacon of faith. This is not oversight. This is invitation to stain. The mindlessness. Do you not care? Do you not, Erica, give a second of time, a moment, any consideration, a scintilla of consideration towards this now, out of all the partnerships and all the people and all the groups and of all the moments? Are you that disconnected, that untethered to reality, or you just don't care? You feel like you're some kind of an inertial bubble. You don't have to worry about this. You're Erica Kirk. Do you know who I am? How dare you? Stop. I'll give you the evil eye, the stink eye. Stop. You can't say this about me. Whatever I do is per se acceptable. Exhibit B, the name itself, make heaven crowded? What must you do to be in heaven? Do you know how, and I understand, believe me, I understand the imagery, the metaphor, I understand it. But in the shadow of Charlie Kirk's brutal assassination in September the 10th of last year, where the accused Tyler Robinson trial continues amid motions to disqualify prosecutors, media access fights, and demands for a speedy trial on her part. This title is not inspirational, it's macabre. It's weird, it's funereal, it's ghoulish, it's weird. I mean, it's almost cult-like. Heaven is the destination after death. Crowding, it evokes not revival, but urgency towards the grave, a fixation on the afterlife that borders on the morbid, kind of necromancy when grief over a murdered husband and father is theoretically still raw, at least on the part of others, maybe not you. It's amazing how she's able to just snap back like that. It reminds me of Heaven's Gate or one of those, that Apple White, whatever his name is, remember those creepy people? It's paired with a partner embroiled in child harm allegations overseas, it transforms what should be a call to living faith into something that smells of cultish escapism, prioritizing eternal recruitment over a present-day protection of the vulnerable. Who approves this branding? Who considers this? Who green lights it? While lawsuits detail kids, read them. Just horrible. I mean, I out of all the people in the world, him, this, it, and it's this is so stupid, and worse, all of this in a place the organization has historical ties to through Erica's own past Romania-focused charity work, which of course has to be reviewed. But why stir this up? Why peel back that scab? The repetition is damning. Romania again, vulnerability again, loose oversight again. It's mind-boggling. Who green lights this? Who thought good? Who? Exhibit C, the broader pattern of tone-deaf hypocrisy. TPUSA preaches values, protection of youth, moral clarity, bold truth, right? Yet, it debates whether Tucker Carlson, anti-war, pro-America first, should speak while eagerly welcoming a pastor whose church faces federal scrutiny for negligence in exactly the kind of overseas vulnerability zones where patterns of exploitation emerge time and again. Military bases with immunity deals, orphanages with lax supervision, places where predators thrive because accountability evaporates. South Korea lawsuits echo similar dynamics. The user rightly calls it Romanian trafficking fatigue, and others as well. Erica's PR apparatus, including the reportedly sloppy Andrew Colvett, fails spectacularly here. Instead of distance, they double down. Erica brushes off critics as worldly noise, irrelevant, surplus, unworthy of response. It's not me. I'm not even worth mentioning. How dare you? Like a Greta Thunberg, how dare you? How dare you mention me? I'm Erica. I'm special. Oh, you will not say anything. I get lost in Greta. But yet, this is not mere insult. It is legitimate alarm from netizens and survivors advocates and even fellow conservatives who see a circus replacing conviction. And the verdict on legacy? Charlie Kirk built TPUSA on sharp intellect, unapologetic confrontation of evil. Say it, evil. And defense of the innocent. And under Erica, it becomes a sideshow, a joke. Protesters outside events, online firestorms labeling it disturbing and despicable. Whispers that Charlie would turn in his grave, along with the other crowded members of heaven. This isn't honor. This is erosion. Erica deserves sympathy as a widow and mother pushing forward, but sympathy does not excuse turning a movement into a cautionary tale of bad associations. She could have chosen any clean voice for revival. Instead, this. Meanwhile, the prosecution's star witness for contrast rises, Candace Owens. She exited TPUSA amid prior clashes, warned of grift and poor choices, and now watches from independent heights as this mess unfolds. No baggage, no scandals, no Romania echoes. Her critiques, well-pointed and barbed, land harder because TPUSA's actions prove them. She wins the day decisively by staying unentangled while others flail in self-inflicted drama. And the case is clear. This is not bold faith. It is bold stupidity. Erica Kirk and TPUSA must sever these ties, rename the tour, rename everything, purge the hypocrisy, or watch their credibility, whatever is left of it, bleed out. The evidence is public and the optics are toxic and the moral failure glaring. No more excuses, no more head in the sand deflections. The court of public judgment and history renders this preliminary finding guilty of turning a noble cause into an unavoidable disgrace. The defense may now attempt to rehabilitate, but the exhibits speak louder than any spin. I marvel with you how this happens. Every single day, as I've told you, there's a layer, another stratum, another tissue, another tissue or film of veneer that we pull back. And there's another accusation, and we pull back another one. It's like a sourdough or an onion or something. You just keep peeling it back, and there's another one. It's a scab. You keep peeling it. It's like a Mandelbrot's fractal. You keep going in, and there's more and more and more and more. You can't believe it. And meanwhile, Erica has this, have you noticed this? This cluelessness. This, I'm a beauty queen. Stop worrying about this. Just look at me. Yes, it's me. It's really me. Gorgeous, aren't I? Amazing. Bow before me. Bow, or I'll give you the eye. And then we're hearing, and you would think TPUSA would have an emergency meeting. I would say, we've got to batten down the hatches. I don't want anybody fired. I don't want anybody disgruntled. Remember, every time, just like they had, John Gotti had at the Raven Night. Remember, they're listening. Remember, they're listening. Anytime you fire somebody, let somebody go, depending upon the rules of eavesdropping and surveillance. Many times, there are many states that are a one-state rule where you can record conversations. Got to be careful with that. But You know they're going to come after you. You know that this vortex and the vortices are spinning and they're coming after you. And you know this. I mean, this is incredible. The gravamen, if you will, of these indictments is one layer after another. All of this could have been avoided had Erika Kirk not shown up, not enjoyed her close-up Mr. DeMille, not in her Gloria Swanson moment, just to say, I'm stepping aside. I'm going to take care of my family. Where are her kids? Who's taking care of them? Where's Charlie's parents? Where's his grave? What's going on here? Who are these people? What is this tour? This tour? Tour of what? Charlie didn't come on and just say, it's me. It's Charlie. I'm great. What does she offer? That's the thing. What is she saying? An anecdote about Charlie here, how she's doing here, look at me, how great I am. What are you offering me? Let's say I'm a 20-year-old college student, and I want to say, by the way, pick up where Charlie left off. I've got questions about gender reassignment and life after death and marriage and celibacy, and I want to talk about that. If she were smart, which she would be going right into the issues that Charlie picked up. Just write them out, have them prompted or whatever it is, and do it accordingly, act accordingly. These are the issues. This is what I want to talk to you about. This is it. Not this, here I am again. She honestly believes that she's the draw. She honestly believes people are in love with her. She has these delusions of grandeur, these delusions of I don't know what. She honestly believes this. She doesn't, and nobody else in that entire organization, nobody seems to even say, Erica, we have to stop this. Hit the brakes for a while. Maybe stop the fundraising. Everything's falling apart. Ben Shapiro's falling apart. This one's falling apart. All of the anti-Candace movement. Have you noticed the people who were coming out against her before? The loudest voices, they just stopped. They said, this is a waste of time. This is just stupid. I mean, it is, seriously, I don't understand something. I don't understand this particular form of self-destruction. You know, years ago, I was always interested. Both as a lawyer, but also as a psych major and somebody who dabbles in civilian psychiatry. I always wanted to know the notion of self-harm, whether it's cutting or whether it's whatever people do. Why do they do it? I want to be able to understand the mechanism behind it. And there was a reason behind it. There was something, whether it was self-loathing or it was a misdirection. Sometimes people would do things just to be able to feel emotion or what have you. But the goal wasn't self-destruction for the sake of self-destruction. It was a last resort. What this is, what Erica is doing and what TPUSA is doing is just negligence and stupidity and just driving off of the cliff in this moment of thinking that I'm going to sprout wings and fly, that the rules of gravity don't apply to me, and this Thelma and Louise moment. No, I really mean this, and I want you to listen to me very carefully. I'm not one to suggest mental illness, because I don't think we're seeing that, and I certainly don't think that Erika Kirk is mentally ill. But there is a delusional problem. It's kind of a behavioral thing. It's not really psychotic, but she has this feeling. Perhaps maybe she has been for so long shunted, thwarted, interrupted, where her moment in the sun was always kind of like Hillary Clinton, always pushed aside because it was always Charlie. It was always Charlie. I'm just along for the ride. I'm along for the ride. You know, I had a career too. I had a career before you. I was something. Michelle Obama had that. Hillary's got that. I was something. I was Miss whatever it was. You know, I was working with the November Renaissance or whatever these CIA, EMP, whatever this stuff she was doing. I mean, I was somebody. Don't you remember this? I've got, and her past, which, again, I don't want to get into this tawdry, but were you dating or were you not dating? Were you drinking or were you not drinking? I'll let other people do this. But the thing is, when you offer something, when you say, And you know, I've never done drugs. I'm not saying she did, but some people who say, I've never done drugs or I've never been to France, and you have, you just put into issue something that would have not been even of anybody's concern until you brought it up. So there's this collision of stupidity, self-destruction, and just negligence. And this business about heaven and crowded and oh my God. It wouldn't surprise me if they figure, look, kids, this is going to be over before you know it, so let's do a fire sale and let's see if we can drag this. Let's milk this for all it's worth because we cannot keep this going. Let me ask you a question. Let me leave you with this. What one piece of favorable, no matter how favorable or no matter how de minimisly favorable, but what favorable information or data or stories have you heard about Erica and or TPUSA? Name one. Anything that they've done. Anything. In the news. Anything. See? Nothing. And I don't think she understands it. So with that, my friend, I say to you, thank you. First, the liking. Do you know how much liking these videos mean? I know. It sounds almost, they got to have a better word for it, I like it. No. That little example you do of liking, it just blows everything up. It puts us on the HOV lane where other people listen to what we say. And because of your kindness, we're doing it and people are listening. It's pretty common sense, I think, with a unique take. But you must like this. I ask you. Thank you for liking this. But please do it again if you haven't. Make sure you hit that little button, little bell rather, so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And also subscribe. The number of people, I forget what percentage was, but most people who watch us dutifully don't subscribe. You must. I ask you to, and I thank you. You've been so kind, and your comments are brilliant. You've been so kind, and I thank you for that. You've also been so kind to my beloved wife. Speaking of children, Lynn's Warriors, completely, totally devoted to stopping child predation, human trafficking. I mean, that's it. That's it. She's the hardest working woman devoted to this. And I don't think anybody's even talking about it. And there's so many levels of it because this big tech is the biggest predator there is. So thank you for following her. And I ask you again, if you haven't, follow her at Lynn's Warriors on YouTube. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are just, Don't you sometimes find yourself just so amazed at how people who are supposedly so smart with all this money and private planes are so just monumentally just insane, stupid, bereft of common sense. Anyway, I'm belaboring the point. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. Remember, go to the comment sections, look at the questions, and comment as you see fit.